Today on Life Upgrade Garage, we have a road trip where we pick up an engine and some bad news. Stay tuned. All right, as you can see, everything's still kind of out of place. It's actually been a month. That still down there. I got all this crap over here. All right, engine parts. The the floor is muddy from the spring thaw. Uh, just kind of trying to um, let the water, you know, proceed on its way and not be out here stomping around in the mud. But um, we did film a little bit of road trip stuff. There's not a lot of stuff. It was very uneventful trip, but you're gonna see what we got and hopefully enjoy. All right, thanks for watching. Welcome back to Life Upgrade Garage. Today we are on a road trip to Schmidt's Auto Salvage in Hortenville, Wisconsin, over kind of by Appleton, Wisconsin. It's about a 340-mile trip from where we live. We're picking up the new engine block for the LS Swap Crown Victoria build. We ended up getting a 5.3 liter LS out of a 2009 Silverado 1500. It's the same year as the 6 liter, so the heads will bolt up, the cam will all work. Actually, most of it, even if it wouldn't have been the same year, it should all bolt up anyway. But we just wanted to make sure that we stayed within the same time range for engines, and so we found this one and got a good deal on it. So we got the build back on track that way. We decided to drive our 1997 Ford F-150 with 216,000 miles on it over to get it. We know the vehicle will make it. Maybe we'll have some issues, maybe we won't. We didn't want to bring the brand new car because I didn't want to haul an empty trailer for 340 miles just bouncing around, being annoying in the back behind us. Besides, you know what? If something happens when we drive the old vehicle, it makes for good entertainment, right? I don't know. So, thanks for joining us. Sit back and enjoy the ride through southern Minnesota up into what, middle of Wisconsin, into Appleton, Wisconsin, and hope you enjoy. All right. Day 2, it's right around 8 o'clock in the morning. We stopped in Wausau, Wisconsin, at a La Quinta Inns and Suites just to take a little bit of a break. It was about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I think. Met a guy there. The night desk clerk guy was a Jeep guy, so I talked about my Jeep collection, and he told me about his and showed me his little Renegade. He had a 2-inch lift kit in and bigger tires and a bunch of stuff. Pretty nice little vehicle. Anyway, we are about an hour and 20 minutes from Hortenville, Wisconsin, where we're going to be picking up the engine. And yeah, so I think that's it. We will check in again if anything happens. So sit back and enjoy the ride. so we already picked up the engine. I did not record while we were sitting there at Schmidt's Auto Salvage in Hortenville, Wisconsin. I just don't like doing that. We'll take a look at the engine better when we get it home. We're now just kind of flying across Wisconsin 21 until we get over, I don't remember the name of the town, on Wisconsin Road PP, and then we're headed back out to the interstate soon after that. So pretty uneventful so far. Hopefully it stays this way and we get home pretty decently and don't have much trouble. All right, so we're back home and nothing happened. The darn truck's too reliable, I guess. But we're gonna tear this engine apart and see what it looks like on the inside. So here it is. This is the bottom side. It's all flipped over. The cylinders are kind of gross, but you'll see that as we go through this. I gotta get all these parts off so I can get it to the machinist tomorrow and he can look at it. But here we go. So I don't have a harmonic balancer puller, so I'm going to have to get that taken off by somebody else. I'm just going to leave it on. I'm going to check the bearings on a couple of these and just make sure they look okay, see what the kind of condition the crank is in. Maybe we lucked out here. That'd be kind of cool. So I pulled a couple of these main bearings, and you can see that they look okay for 250,000 miles on them. Not even eating into the brass. If you look at the crank looks better than the other crank. To be totally honest, you can feel stuff on there. It's gonna need to be polished for sure, but maybe it'll be a little less to get this one done. Looking hopeful. I'm going to leave it at that for tonight. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for tonight, and then I'll update after I talk to the machinist tomorrow when we get that harmonic balancer pulley pulled off, and we can get a better look at everything. All right. All right, so that's all we had. Not very informative. I now have got the engine block and the crank and rods down with the machinist, and he's going to clean up the rods, make sure that they're all straight. He's going to polish the crank because the crank looked to be in great condition, even though they said it had 250,000 miles on it. The block seemed to be pretty good. The only thing I wasn't able to get out of there was the camshaft, but that's because I was just using the cam bolt and trying to pull it out of there. And sometimes that just doesn't work because you can't get a good enough grip on it with the oil, sucking it into the bearing areas. I haven't heard a call back. That was a month ago, it seems like, that I dropped that thing off there, but he seemed to think it looked pretty good. So it is an aluminum block 5.3 instead of a 6-liter. So we're going to have a little bit of adjustment we have to do with the pistons. We can't reuse the pistons that we currently have for the 5.3, which is fine. We should probably change them out anyway. We have to buy something with some relief areas in there for the valves. And as long as I'm at it, I'm going to put in like a 10 to 15 cc dish inside there. We may actually try and find a small turbo kit and just kind of throw it on. Maybe not an intercooler or a small intercooler that goes along with it. But nothing serious, just enough to give it a little bit of boost. Um, Maybe it will help out with launch and fuel economy when we're driving it. No big deal. Not really, not really concerned about that stuff, but we're working our way there. Uh, Technically, to finish off the engine, I need the gasket set and the pistons, and that's it. Well, shouldn't say that. I need a full rebuild kit technically. So you get bearings and rings and all that stuff that goes in there, and he's gonna do the bearings in or the cam journal bearings as well, as long as he's got the block. I think we did okay. Um, I think we're gonna come out just fine with this. It should be a lot of fun. I haven't put the garage back together, like I said. There's a lot of mud in here yet, and I just kind of got stuff laying around, and I have been trying to just not screw around too much out here and um, lay around in the mud. That's what I'm trying not to do. I didn't get the cross member finished for the car. I actually just this weekend bought a new welder, so it's not a great welder. It does um, three different types of welding, and it does MIG gas or gasless welding. It does TIG and it does stick welding. So I have a variety to choose from to be able to get the frame fixed and mount the engine mounts in there. With it being an aluminum block as well, I'm going to actually add a mid plate. So we're going to have to do some welding there to mount the mounts for the mid plate as well. Um, just to keep the aluminum block a little bit more solid. We're still going to use those same Paul Horton um, welder series mounts for the engine in the front that I got. We're going to mount them into the cross member in the car. With the addition of this mid plate, we're going to actually take the time to do readjustment. So everything I've done so far to decide where this engine's going to go is pretty much going to be thrown out the window, which is fine. But so onto our sad news, we're actually going to stop filming Life Upgrade Garage. I shouldn't say it that way. We're going to stop using the name Life Upgrade Garage. That's what we're going to do. We're actually going to change the name of the channel altogether. I will put out a few things after this video. This is the first announcement of it. We're going to start calling the channel Four Door Off-Road and Speed Shop. I have never been a conventional person. Anybody who knows me knows that that's true. Most people like to build two-door cars, and that's fine. I got no problem with that. I've only ever really owned four-door cars, or three-door, even, like our minivan at one point had 3 doors. But the only two-door I ever had, I only drove for a short period of time. It was just a little thing with 4-cylinder in it. I don't even remember the name of the thing. But I just kind of took it upon myself to see that I think people were misinterpreting the name of the channel, Life Upgrade Garage, to something that I was not intending it for it to be. But I welcome the people who were still viewing it as it was. I'm just changing the name to be a little bit more clarification. Now, also the change of the name of changing it to Four Door Off-Road and Speed Shop, that doesn't mean that we're only going to work on four-door cars. If we end up with a two-door car, it is what it is. But my thought is we're going to always take the most economical path. A lot of times I can find a four-door car faster than I can find a two-door car, and they're a lot of times cheaper. So I might as well do that and let everybody else you know, scrounge for parts and fight over parts for two-door cars. And then we will just do whatever we need to do to put four doors together. I got no problem with a four-door car. You know, there's a lot more room. Um, Everything I've got right now is pretty much a four-door. The pickup truck, I guess, is a three-door, but you know, we don't have any two-door stuff, and that's fine. You know, so keep on the lookout for the change of the name. It'll still be on this YouTube channel, so I'm gonna guess you'll still get the notifications that uh, we've posted a video. I will put in there that we are formally, you know, that the four-door off-road and speed shop is formerly Life Upgrade Garage, so that people aren't confused, at least for a little while. We're not trying to get rid of the channel. We just want to change things a little bit. We're still going to be working in this dirt floor, and like this is the worst time for this. This is why I haven't filmed anything in so long, is because it snows and then it melts, and then it'll leak in here, and the floor gets all muddy, and it's really hard to get up into this garage right now, just because there's so much ice. Because it just keeps melting, and you know there's like 6 inches of ice out here. We actually just had more snow over the weekend, you know. But keep an eye out for four-door off-road and speed shop videos, and thanks for watching. And we hope to see you back with the new name. All right, take care.